Hi everybody, Josh Packard here, Executive Director of Springtide Research Institute. I've got Megan Bissell, our Head of Research, with me. And Megan, this newest white paper that we're releasing is so fascinating. I mean, I guess I've always understood how data is critical to a strategic planning process, but until you laid it all out in this white paper, I didn't see just how fundamental it is to really getting the plan right, to have the data right.
I agree. It's not enough just to build your future based on hunches and feelings. Actual data needs to be part of any plan if you want something rooted in reality. And to get that data, you need to ask good questions, beyond just who's showing up. And you need to include as many voices as possible.
Yeah, and this white paper, just like the others, is chock full of really good, practical advice. Action items, action items, action items. What do you think is the most important thing for leaders to take away from this entire white paper?
Well, I think it's the thread pulling all of this together that's the most important. There's an undercurrent of just how important it is to work with a partner who not only understands how to collect accurate information, but also understands organizational strategy and organizational change. That's really critical.
That does sound really critical, but tell me more about what you mean there.
Well, often as I was writing this white paper, it occurred to me how much of what we do with clients is not just helping them to design a survey or focus group or analyze demographic data, but really helping them to think about that data in a way that informs their particular organization. There's a real difference between just handing someone a spreadsheet full of numbers and helping them see the forest and the trees where their organization is in the midst of all of that.
I don't want anybody to ever hand me a spreadsheet of information. That doesn't seem like a thing that would be, like, as somebody who leads an organization, just a spreadsheet of numbers, and we deal, like, it's a research organization, and still that's not what I want when working with a partner. So I totally agree, that is very powerful. But do you have a specific example of this in mind?
Oh yeah, sure. I think immediately about the case study in the white paper. We partnered with a large national organization who had not done research in about 15 years about their membership. They knew so much about their population had changed in that time, but didn't even know where to begin. They also knew that they needed specific types of information from their membership that they could use to inform their strategic planning. So they needed to know more about who they served and who they were leaving out. It's just so much more than collecting numbers and sharing percentages. They need to know what people are experiencing and what they care about in order to steer the organization in the best direction for their members.
And that's a fine line, right? I mean, like, as a researcher, you want to come in and be a partner to that strategic process.
Right.
But ultimately, like, they have to live with the decision. So it is, I think, critical what you just said about helping them to think through that data in a way that aligns with their values. And that requires, I think, the work that you do so well, which is really getting to know them, that data with heart approach, and really digging in and understanding their organization and their goals, so that way we can provide research that matters to them.
Right.
So I totally see what you mean here. And that data dump alone, that spreadsheet full of numbers, is just, that's never going to be enough for what they need.
No.
If they didn't have you, they probably, would have needed at least one more consultant.
They'd have to bring
two.
somebody else in. Yeah, for sure.
So they're lucky, right? They were able to bring you on board and do this kind of work. Or they would have to get a board member, I guess, who had like a lot of free time. Who has board members with extra free time?
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine. I've served on boards and
Right.
I don't want to do that.
Me too. And we often get pigeonholed into those roles.
Right.
And we do them because that's part of the service. But how much better would it be just to hire somebody who could do all of it in the first place?
Absolutely.
So you heard it right here. If you're an organizational leader, your board members want you to hire people who get it when it comes to data collection and organizational strategy. Even the professional researcher who sits on boards, the two professional researchers who sit on boards, they don't want to dig into your data dump. If you or your organization is gearing up for a strategic plan, we'd love to help you. You can start by downloading our white paper or simply emailing Megan at springtideresearch.org.